Welcome back, Advice Pod. I'm so excited that this is how we're starting this episode because this really is one of the weirder posts that we've read on the show in a very, very long time. Weirder than like the time that you like shit your pants and it was in the room and you didn't remember. Weirder than the time that you tried to kill a dog with a bleach-laced chicken bone. Weirder than the time you asked if furries were the same things as people wearing gorilla suits. Weirder than all that. We're here today to talk about an r/relationship advice. I, 29-year-old male, hugged my wife's twin sister, 28-year-old female, from behind because I thought she was my wife, 28-year-old female. How do I fix this?
Can I just say,
yes,
the title, it's a little misleading.
It is.
Strap in.
Hugged my wife is
Be
one way to put
prepared.
it.
Just be prepared.
This got taken down and my account got suspended when I posted it, so I'm trying again. I also added some information and changed some of the wording. My wife has a rocky past with her sister. Their parents always compared them to one another, which caused them to hold a lot of resentment toward each other. During high school, her sister spread nasty rumors about my wife and said that she was the more attractive twin. They're fraternal. Whenever my wife told her parents, they said to get over it. Quit being jealous of your sister because boys think she's prettier. This resulted in my wife having poor self-esteem, which made it difficult for her to find a boyfriend. She was younger because she compared herself to her sister. The straw that broke the camel's back happened when they were 22. Her sister slept with my wife's at the time boyfriend of 2 years, who was also her first boyfriend, and she caught them in the act. This broke my wife's heart, and she started screaming at them that she hated them and wanted nothing to do with them. Their parents found out about this and told my wife to apologize because her sister was, quote, going through a hard time, aka the hard time was not being able to find a job after graduating college. My wife refused, moved out of state, and cut contact with her parents and sister. The two of us met and started dating a year later. We dated for 2 years and have been married for another 2. On to now. My wife gave birth to a baby boy 5 months ago. During her pregnancy, her sister reached out to my wife, apologizing for her immaturity during high school and for sleeping with her ex-boyfriend. It took some time, but my wife agreed to mend their differences. I was also a little hesitant at first because I didn't know her true intentions, but my wife reassured me that it should be fine. They talked over the phone a lot because they couldn't meet in person because plane tickets and gas are expensive, and my wife didn't want to fly or take a long road trip while pregnant. They grew closer over that time, and after my wife gave birth, her sister had made plans to drive to our house so she could see her nephew. She has been staying with us in the guest bedroom for the past few days and has been helping out with the baby and around the house. She's also been making flirtatious comments at me, but I've been acting like I didn't hear them. That's the first line where I'm like, is this a plant? Then he says, let me note that although they're fraternal twins, they have a similar body size, height, and hair color and type. The only major difference in appearances is their face. The current problem arose when I saw who I thought was my wife washing dishes in the kitchen. Her back was to me, so I couldn't see her face, and she was wearing black shorts and a plain t-shirt, something my wife would wear. I assumed her sister was with the baby, so I thought it would be nice to have some quick one-on-one time. I went up behind her, smacked her rear, wrapped my arms around her stomach, and hugged her. Not the most mature way to get my point across, but it's worked in the past. Anyway, she turned around and kissed me and tried to stick her tongue down my throat. I knew immediately that something was off and pushed her away. That's when I realized she wasn't my wife, but her sister. She tried to kiss me again, but I pushed her away and went to find my wife. I didn't have to look for long because I saw her standing in the kitchen with a mortified look on her face. I don't know how much she saw, but I know she at least saw me kissing her sister. Her sister said, "Guess you discovered our secret," and laughed. What a fucking psycho, dude. Also, there's no way this is a real person. My wife started bawling and yelled, "How could you do this to me?" I don't know if she was talking to me or her sister, but either way, I was speechless. She stormed away and locked herself in our son's room. I was too shocked to say anything before she stormed off, but after hearing the door slam, I realized the situation I was in. I started knocking on the door and tried to get her to open it, but all I got in response was more crying. It was 5 hours before she came out of the room, and she looked like she had been crying the whole time. She had a bag and was holding our son. She ignored all my pleas to talk to her and walked to our room to fill the bag with her clothes. I explained what had happened, but she didn't say anything and kept packing. It didn't take long before she left the house, and Life 360 said she was at a friend's house. It's been a day since she left, and she hasn't answered any of my calls or texts, and neither has her friend, but they haven't blocked me because my calls and texts are still going through. I explained over text and voicemails to both of them my side of the story, but still no response. I haven't seen or spoken to her sister since after what happened, but her car isn't in the driveway and her stuff is out of the guest bedroom. I just want to explain to my wife what happened, and I want her and our son back in my arms. How do I fix this if I even can? Breck sent me this one like after we sent the outline. He's like, hey, I just found this shit and it's one of the most fucked up stories that I've seen on Reddit in a minute. I honestly think it's too fucked up to be real almost, but
yeah, that's what a lot of the comments are saying too.
It's just it's like too convenient, you know?
If it
The
is
timing.
real, the sister is Satan personified.
She's literally a fucking demon.
She wants everything her sister has, basically, and she's gonna do whatever it takes to take it, low key. I think it's interesting that for your sister to have no contact, or you have no contact with your family, that she randomly hit you up while you were pregnant and try to come like talk to you and stuff. So that was interesting. I wonder what kind of planning that was from your sister's perspective and shit. You asked, what can you do to fix this? I think the best thing you could do is just come clean and let the chips fall how they may. You know, I mean, this
it
whole
sounds like he's trying to do exactly that, but they're not even letting him do that.
He can't pick when his wife is going to be ready to listen to what happened.
That's
and
true.
be
That's
able to understand what you did. And that's, if this is real, it's fucked up. Because if this is a situation, if you walked in on your wife kissing your brother or anything or else, this would be the whole situation in reverse. You would be angry, want to leave and everything. So, I mean, this is one of those situations where you're going to have to low-key let it play out and just try to be there for your wife as much as you can. And then when she's ready to finally tell you what she's ready to do, then that's what y'all going to have to do. I mean, you can try to work on it and let her know that you want to keep a relationship going and try to prove it in that route. But a lot of times, once there's that mistrust in the relationship, it's hard to ever like get back to that point where it wasn't there, because it's always just going to be there. Like you cheated on me type shit. And then with my fucking sister, and then she wanted to the guest take you from me because she was trying to jump back into your fucking lap. So like, calm down.
Yeah, but like if you have a demon spawn twin fucking sister who's been like trying to consume your essence since the goddamn womb, I feel like the sister or the wife, what she knows of her sister, right? Past behavior. And the guy explains it the way he explained it in the post. It sounds like an innocent mistake. I mean, I guess it also sounds fake as hell, but if it is an innocent mistake on his part and the wife knows how diabolical this bitch can be, I don't know how she doesn't.
But you can also argue that he does too, because she explained to him like why she don't fuck with her sister and all that shit. So I mean, he had some instance of knowing like, oh yeah, she fucking crazy. Because even the fact that he added in the fact that, oh, she was being flirtatious with me every once in a while, like this, he knew something was going up. He should have said something before. Like when it was something like flirtation, like, you know, your sister been acting kind of weird. I don't know. I know y'all just recently reconciled, but maybe you might want to watch her. She seemed like
I'm really happy that you and your sister are friends again, but is she always this horny? It's very off-putting.
It's a little interesting. I think you should talk to her. Then at least starting that communication that she know that's happening.
I get even maybe like not bringing it up to the wife that she's being flirtatious, because like if the wife is trying to mend a relationship with her sister, maybe be cautious and just go to the sister and be like, hey, you need to stop. You know, be like super direct with the sister, like before any of this. Also, though, like the fact that the sister said, I guess you know our secret. One, diabolical, but two, like, I wonder if he was like flirting back, because, you know, stories have two sides at least all the time. It's like maybe when it was just them two in a room, he was maybe flirting a little bit back, and the sister was taking it as something. To lead to where when he walks up and smacks her ass, she's ready to stick her tongue down his throat.
Not even look back, see who it was. She's like,
she's like, here we go. Like,
I mean, who else could it have been? Like some random stranger while she's doing dishes.
I mean, it could have been a robber. Robbers come in and do some crazy shit to you.
Knowing what we know about this woman, she probably would have been cool with it if it was a robber. Then she probably would have stolen all her sister's stuff with the robber.
She probably helped the robber. You should take this.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
The only thing that this guy can do is kind of what Ray said. Like, you just have to wait for your wife to be able to hear you. Because right now, a whole lot of a lifetime's worth of trauma is stirring around in his wife's head right now. And he is a small part of it. He's obviously involved in this thing that kicked it all off. But
he's a small part, but he's the forefront at the same time.
And I'm gonna go off of what you said, Brick. Her added in like, what'd she say? I guess
you know her little secret.
That right there, probably because that in her head, that can mean this is not today. This could be years. This could have been months. Yeah, you know what I mean? It just seems like this has been longer than what
those business trips you were taking, huh?
You know what I mean? Like, now stuff start to go a line that never was even a situation. Now you just gonna have to let things play out. Just keep trying to talk to her, reach out to people around her, let them know how you trying to go. But that's all you can do.
And this idea just popped in my head last minute. And we're very interested. Please like the video before I say any of this. Leave us your comments down in the comments below. What should this guy do? Like the video, especially. Don't really take into consideration what I'm about to pitch, but I think it's worth pitching at a minimum. You could just kill the sister and be like, honey, look how much I love you. I killed this whore who's ruined your entire life. Always a possibility. And this dude does not seem committed to the cause. So how much does he like his wife? I think he likes her just enough to not have to kill the girl who was doing his dishes in the booty shorts.
So I was going to say something just a little less than that. A little less than that was maybe to get, like, if the wife's not responding to texts and stuff, maybe, hopefully you're good at calligraphy or something. Maybe write her a super nice note. Maybe a little before you kill. You know what I mean?
No.
And then if she doesn't respond to the note, then you can murder.
Do you even have any stamps to send the note, dog? I know I fucking don't.
I have some stamps. I do. My mom gave me a bunch recently.
I have some stamps in my wallet right now, but I don't let anybody know about them because they're emergency stamps. Because you never know when you're gonna need them.
I'm gonna say if you're still in the house, the advantage that you're gonna see her again is very high. Long as her stuff is low key still kind of there, the advantage that you're going to see her again is still kind of high. But if you come from work and everything is gone, it's done. It's over. It's done.
That's practical advice. If you can start working from home, work from home. Otherwise, she'll sell all your furniture and shit and be like, "You banged my sister. This couch and the $350 I got off of Facebook and Marketplace is mine."
Or maybe you're gonna have to give her a dick free card. Let her go get some dick somewhere. So then it'd be even. You know what I mean?
But it's not even even.
It's going to exacerbate the problem.
But in her eyes, it is even because y'all might have just kissed, but y'all fucked in her face.
I'm really curious, like how long they kissed for before he realized it.
She was watching.
She
was probably like, okay. Or was it the first kiss, or was it the girl trying to jump back on him?
Because if it was like right when she turned around, then I think like dude's okay. If it was more than like 3 seconds, you should realize, this isn't my wife that I'm kissing.
And then he pushed her away and she came back for round 2 because she was kind of horned up.
Maybe
come on, let's make another baby. You ain't my wife.
I feel really bad. You know who I feel really bad for? I feel really bad for the 5-year-old or 5-month-old child.
Well, I mean, ain't like he's gonna remember none of this shit. He's just going on vacation. He's going to grandma's. He probably bring it up later. Like, he's like, what was that period? I was at grandma's house for about 5 months. What was going on there? He was on vacation, son. Now, I'm glad we were able to reconcile what was going on during those times. What happened about Aunt Mickey? Aunt Mickey's dead. We gonna leave her there.
Daddy took care of Aunt Mickey.
Take care of it. All right. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Make sure you tune back in tomorrow. Oh, like the video. We talked about this already. If you haven't done it already, you're a jerk at this point. Make sure you tune back in tomorrow for rounding out the week.
Are you fucking your wife's sister?
No, but you know what I do want to talk about? The prospect of Jesus Christ and Judas Iscariot fucking. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Fan fiction style, of course. So we'll talk to you then. Advice.
Don't be a butt cheek. Bing.
Cool song, dude. I love that song. It's my favorite fucking song.